welcome back to For Real. It's Wednesday and that means it's time for the news. In today's ride, we're off to visit a friend, and on the way we must procure some beer. If you're new here, you might not know that we donate whatever we earn from YouTube to charities in Cambodia. This is the total we've donated so far. You help us to earn this money simply by watching our videos, so your time here on our channel directly helps people in Cambodia. We think that's great. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate your support. Today is Wednesday, the 7th of December, and in this episode we will look at two big events coming up in Siem Reap. We'll try to understand what the tourist numbers actually mean, how many are coming in, and where are they from. We'll also look at the government's social security scheme for flood victims in Cambodia, and we'll check in on Cambodia's love of all things internet. The Apsara National Authority will hold a 3-day event at the Angkor Archaeological Park from the 14th to the 16th of December to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Angkor Wat's inscription on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1992. The opening ceremony will include the opportunity for people to offer alms to 130 monks in front of Angkor Wat. Traditional performances will be taking place on the Terrace of the Elephants at Angkor Thom, and there'll also be Khmer Shadow Theatre. In order to commemorate this important event, the Apsara Authority will give free tours of several sites and museums to tourists and members of the public so that they can learn more about the conservation work that goes on within the Angkor Archaeological Park. I think this upcoming anniversary and the associated events are the reason that the people living illegally in the archaeological park have been made to move. UNESCO representatives will be in attendance, and if action had not been taken on the recommendations they issued some years ago, it wouldn't be a good look. After a 2-year hiatus, Prime Minister Hun Sen announced that Angkor Songkrantar will once again be part of Khmer New Year celebrations. The 2023 dates are the 14th to the 16th of April. The Prime Minister said, "I would like to inform my compatriots all over the country that in the upcoming Khmer New Year, April 2023, Angkor Songkrantar will happen again." A spokesperson from the Ministry of Interior said that the upcoming Angkor Songkrantar will resume in Siem Reap City. Later, it will be expanded to villages, communes, districts, provinces, and some areas in Phnom Penh as well. A large number of Cambodian sports, games, and martial arts will also be part of the event. Previously, the event had been cancelled due to COVID, and the 2023 Songkrantar event is expected to be a world-breaking event. We cannot wait. Following the negative effects of the pandemic on Cambodia's tourism industry, the tourism hotspot of Siem Reap, home to the iconic Angkor temples and For Real, is bouncing back, baby. We definitely see a huge increase in visitors around town and in Pub Street. If you haven't seen our recent video of Pub Street, have a look. I'll leave a link at the end of this video. Also, if you see us out and about in town, please say hello. There are currently 15 to 16 flights a day arriving in Siem Reap, and they are bringing 1,300 to 1,400 international tourists into Siem Reap. Another 600 to 700 are arriving by land each day. In the first 10 months of 2022, which is January to October, Siem Reap province received a total of 1.7 million tourists, which is an increase of 886% compared to the same period last year. Of the 1.7 million, only 600,000 were domestic tourists, so that's over 1 million international tourists in the first 10 months of the year. In November, there were nearly 8,000 visitors from the US, 5,800 from the UK, 5,600 from France, 4,200 from Germany, and 3,200 from India. The number of international visitors to Angkor in November was 55,000, and that's up from 35,000 in October. Talking about hotspots, Cambodia has more than 17.82 million internet subscribers as of October this year, slightly down from 17.87 million users at the end of last year. The internet subscription rate has already surpassed the total population of 16 million in the country. While we're on the topic of subscriptions, please like, subscribe, and give the bell a little tickle. It would be very much appreciated. The president of Cambodia's Digital Tech Association said the high number of internet users showed how fast the Cambodian people were embracing technology, as the trend of using smartphones for studies, shopping, and social networking is increasing. Almost all Cambodian people have smartphones, which led to a rise in the use of the internet, and it is mostly used for Facebook. In Cambodia, Facebook is the internet. Around 13.2 million people in the kingdom use Facebook, while 2 million are Instagram users. The high demand for the internet is a new opportunity for businesses, and the high competition can bring down the cost of the internet, although it's already very inexpensive. The kingdom currently has 5 mobile phone carriers and 38 internet service providers. The government has a strategy to strengthen and expand mobile infrastructure and high-speed internet through 4G mobile services, while also laying the foundation for 5G services in the future. The usage of digital services for commerce transactions, such as ABA transfers, that increased exponentially during the pandemic period, have boosted the use of the internet and mobile services. The government is in the process of installing up to 100 mobile phone and internet service antenna in tourist areas throughout the country to provide quality telephone and internet services to tourists. A new social security program aimed at relieving the hardships of poor families affected by floods in the kingdom and the rising prices caused by global inflation has been launched. The new package is the third social security program initiated by the government in the past 2 years, with the first one supporting households financially affected by the pandemic, and the second one supporting pregnant women and children under 2 years old. Qualified households can collect their allowance from their nearest wing agent. The families described as vulnerable to inflation will receive between $20 and $25 depending on their place of residence, and an additional allowance of $5 to $7 will be added for each family member in the same household. The aid is allocated for the months of April, July, and December. The families that come under the category of vulnerable to floods have been identified in Phnom Penh and 15 other provinces. Each family within this category will receive a monthly allowance of $20 for the next 3 months, with an extra $4 for each family member residing in the household. Children aged under 5, elderly over 60, and the disabled will also be eligible to receive an extra $4 per month. Now we have some moto madness and a lesson on how to disappear completely. 2 Toyotas collided in the darkness of Phnom Penh's streets, and then, in true moto madness style, they fled the scene. According to witnesses, a white 2010 Toyota Prius was being driven at high speed by a man. The car collided with another white Toyota, causing extensive frontal damage. The second car also crashed into a nearby property. After the incident, both parties disappeared from the scene, leaving only the smoking wrecks in their wake. Moto madness is nothing without the natural enemy of the bad driver, the road divider. A Lamborghini Urus with no license plate, which retails for over $250,000, felt the loving embrace of a Phnom Penh road divider. The brand new Lamborghini was reportedly being driven by a man at high speeds. The driver lost control, hit a Range Rover, and then smashed into the stone road divider. After the incident, Lamborghini owner agreed to pay compensation to repair the Range Rover and fix the damage to public property. Now it's time for Only in Cambodia. On Friday, Phnom Penh City Hall announced the temporary closure of all photocopying and internet shops for 3 days during the National Grade 12 exams. In the announcement, the City Hall said the closure was to ensure the smooth and successful running of the examination and to maintain security, safety, order, and transparency. It also ordered the temporary closure of businesses such as restaurants operating nearby examination centres to avoid noise which may affect the examination process, as well as candidates. I wonder if the use of angle grinders was also banned. Let's have a quick look at the weather. The Ministry of Water Resources and Meteorology has announced that cold weather will arrive in the middle of this month, and it will be colder for longer than it was last year, especially in the mountainous provinces. Ratnakiri Provincial Governor said that the relevant authorities have been asked to prepare a list of the elderly and poor in order that sweaters and blankets can be distributed prior to the cold weather arriving. Residents have been alerted to take care of their health, drink hot water, and wear warm clothes to prevent themselves from getting the flu, as winter will be colder in the province. And now, a bit of good news. One of the world's rarest otter species and Jeremy's spirit animal, the endangered hairy-nosed otter, has been found in 4 of Cambodia's provinces. The hairy-nosed otter is easily recognisable by its hairy nose pad and white upper lip. This otter is considered a miracle otter, having been declared extinct in 1998. This small, elusive otter was recently, and with great excitement, rediscovered in Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Borneo, and Cambodia, mostly thanks to camera trap evidence. Rightfully, the species is no longer listed as extinct and is now on the endangered list. That brings us to the end of this week's news. You're now up to date with all of the most important events in the kingdom. Thank you for watching. Take care, have a great week, and we'll see you very soon.